Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to my job search coaching. This is Gurpreet Kaur Mon with HR Superior. I should change that name. It's GKM Coaching. That's my new company name for coaching only, for job search and career coaching. So today's segment's very special. Why? Because, well, if you live in Toronto, Peel region, and surrounding cities, you know that we've been put on a lockdown as of effective this morning at 12 a.m. And this is creating some stress, anxiety for all of us, but especially for job seekers, because I just saw a post on the weekend where someone landed a job interview, landed a job offer, and then pandemic happened and they lost it. Then they recently got a job offer, and now again we're in lockdown and they lost the job offer again. So very tough times for a lot of us, for a lot of people, and I'm here to help smooth that tough time and make it as easy as possible for people. So if you are tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me actually double check to make sure we are live on LinkedIn as well. I don't see it. Okay, perfect. So we are live on LinkedIn as well. Okay, so if you have a question, please type it below in the comment section. But first of all, let me know where you're tuning in from. I always like hearing from people to see where you're tuning in from. Introduce yourself. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you have questions, please type it. Also, see there's tons of people tuned into this live. Do not miss this opportunity to network with one another. You guys are all tuning in. So if you don't introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and how someone can reach out to you, well, then you're leaving connections on the table. Use every opportunity you have as a networking opportunity. This segment can be an opportunity for you to meet new people who are also in a similar boat as you, or you may be able to help someone in a need. You never know where an opportunity can come or how doors can be open and who you'll meet and when and how. So please feel free to introduce yourself, and let's begin today's segment. Job searching. I'm here to coach as many people as possible during the next, I'm planning to be live for 1 hour. So that's 1 hour. If you ever wanted me to coach you, here's your opportunity to get coached from me from free. I know sometimes people can't afford coaching, but take this opportunity to get coaching. Don't show up to these coaching segments and then not get coached, right? So if you have questions, type them below in the comment section. Let's get this job search coaching going. Tons of jobs are still available, guys. If anything pandemic has taught us is that change happens like this. Change will happen like this, and we all need to pivot with change. The more we resist change, the more we're going to be sad. The more we resist change, the more we're going to be become depressed, right? So let's not fight the change. Let's go with the change, but let's pivot. Let's pivot. Job search, to be successful during this pandemic, even during this lockdown, you have to pivot. And this is where I strongly believe why people are failing right now in the job searches. Nobody wants to pivot during this pandemic. Everybody wants to do what they're used to doing before the pandemic, and that is just simply having a resume and applying to jobs online. That is not working. Applying to jobs online is not working because you are not the only one that is applying to this job. There's 500-600 people fighting for the same job. There is literally tons of people fighting for the same job. What happens when tons of people are fighting over the same job? Only the best will get hired, right? Only the best 10 or top 10 will get the interview. So what's required is to come up with a game plan and action plan that goes beyond applying to jobs online. And then I call this, like, not me, but everybody calls this the hidden job market. You need to tap into the hidden job market. You need to have more than one resource available or one tool that you're using. Don't just use one tool for your job search. You need to use as many tools as possible to help you increase your chances in landing a job. If you're just going to apply to jobs online, that's only 20% of available jobs first of all. Second, your chances of landing an interview when you're applying to jobs online is just 5%. 5%. Write these stats down. Okay. Knowledge is power. The only way to beat your job search, the only way to end your job search struggles is to have knowledge, right? So 5% chance that you'll get an interview when you're applying to jobs online. 90% of recruiters, HR, all use LinkedIn to find candidates. They're sitting on LinkedIn headhunting. We call it this headhunting or sourcing, whatever fancy word you want to use. Jobs are not being posted, but companies will, HR recruiters will go to LinkedIn, type in keywords for what they're looking for, and then you'll see all these profiles show up, and we start contacting. And I do this a lot too. I don't like posting jobs because 90% of people applying to the jobs are not even qualified. I'd rather just go straight to the source, go find the candidate we need, and start engaging with those candidates. So LinkedIn, if you have a LinkedIn profile, make sure you hit everything. Make sure you have a nice picture. Make sure you have a good banner. Just don't use any banner. Go to Canva and create one that is real to you, that sends out a clear message to why someone should hire you or what you can do for them. Have a complete about section. Don't be generic. Too many people just copy and pasting their resumes on LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn profile is about you, who you are, what you bring to the table, how companies can benefit from you, how you can solve companies' problems. Why are you the ideal choice for anybody? So stop writing generic resumes. Also, you are a problem solver. You are a solution to someone's problem. Whose solution are you? Whose problems can you solve? So first, before you begin any job search, you need to sit there and ask yourself, what problems can you solve? Okay, make a list. Don't just, everybody's always asking me, well, what job search strategy? Tell us about strategies. Well, here it is, guys. I'm giving you job search strategies. Step 1 is ask yourself, what problems can you solve? Write them down. What problems you solve, write them down. Do some homework on your industry right now. What's happening during this pandemic is it's creating a lot of challenges for a lot of organizations. Now we're in a lockdown. Look how many companies this is being impacted by this lockdown. Always be 10 steps ahead of the game. Lockdown was coming on Friday. What did you do? Anybody here took the time on a weekend to come out with some game plan or action plan on how this lockdown, a company can solve the lockdown, or what they can do to help them navigate through this lockdown? You always have to be 10 steps ahead of the game. You can't just sit there and say, hey, give me a job. Instead, create a demand for yourself. So lockdown's happening. Take advantage. Maybe there's a solution you have to fix this problem for any companies that's experiencing this lockdown and have to have people work from home. Tons of companies have to lay off people right now. Do you have a solution to that problem? You just don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you have a solution. So think of all the problems you can solve. Think of problems that are happening right now in your industry and solutions you possibly have to solve those problems. And now let's take a step further. Think of results. If you can solve this problem for a company, what results are they going to get? Tie it back to money, tie it back to revenue, tie it back to profits, cost saving. What are they going to get by you solving this problem? So it isn't just say, I can solve these problems. No, you got to do it in steps. I can solve this. Here's your problems. Here's the solutions to your problem. And here's what's going to happen if I can solve these problems for you. This is the desired result and outcome you're going to get. And this is how you're going to benefit from this. This is how your business is going to benefit. This is how your organization is going to benefit. Benefits and benefits and benefits. Everybody is looking to gain something. Companies, when they're hiring, they're looking to gain something. They're not just hiring a person. They want outcome and results. What outcome and results can you get? Stop thinking like a job seeker. You are not a job seeker. I'm starting to dislike the word job seeker because everybody's just seeking. You as a job seeker, you're just seeking things. You shouldn't be seeking anything. You should be looking for problems that you can solve and how you can solve them and how someone can benefit from you solving those problems. You are a solution provider. Solution provider. So think of all the problems you can solve, the solutions you have to solve these problems, and then back them up with guaranteed results. You probably implemented this in some company and it yielded an X result. So that is number one strategy you need to do, is first think of pain points, problems, how you solve them, and outcome and results that you can get for companies, because that is how you get hired. If you don't know what results you can get for companies, you will continue to struggle in your job search. Like tons of people are struggling right now. People who are getting hired, even in high paying jobs, they've cracked this. They've cracked this formula of how a company can benefit from them, what problems they're solving, what pain points they're solving, and the solutions they can provide to solve those problems. Okay. Step 2 in the job search strategy, you should have a branding plan, personal branding. You should have a strategy and build your personal brand. Now, tons of people have LinkedIn profiles, but you're not doing anything with it. You're not active with your profile. You're sending connection requests, but what about you as an individual? How can someone find you? Are you findable? Are you searchable? Is people looking at your profile? So build your brand. Start writing LinkedIn content. Okay? Second of all, okay, so that's LinkedIn profile. So with the LinkedIn profile, you need to make it SEO friendly, search engine optimized, and you need to start building your profile, your brand using LinkedIn. LinkedIn's the best platform, the most powerful platform right now to really help you land a job, to really help you need to brand yourself so people know you are the person they need to come to when they have an X problem and you are the solution to their problem. Start branding yourself. Don't just sit on LinkedIn and just reach out to people. You can have people come to you because you're creating a brand. You're constantly writing content, writing comments on other people's posts. Gary Vaynerchuk has an interesting, he came out with this strategy, $1.99. He says you should be writing like 90 comments a day on people's posts. You want to get fast-tracked in your job search and you want people to know you exist, start writing 90 comments on people's posts, a thought-out comment. But there's a strategy behind that too. Just don't go buck wild. I teach this in my boot camp, is not to just write 90 comments on anybody, but have a game plan on whose content you're going to write comments, because you should yield the benefit to you too. So start writing comments, start engaging with people's content on LinkedIn. Tons of people are on LinkedIn writing content. I'm also one of those people that write tons of content. I'm here live. Engage, create awareness. Join groups. There's Facebook groups, there's LinkedIn groups, there's Slack channels, there's Reddit, there's tons of forums and groups that you can be joining and getting super active right now to create awareness that you exist. So create awareness. This is a part of my job search funnel that I teach in my bootcamp program. You got to have a funnel for your job search. And the first step in the funnel is create awareness that you exist. You need to create awareness that you exist. People will not magically know you exist. People don't know you exist if you're not active on anything. If you're not active on LinkedIn, you're not active in groups, you're not joining groups, you're not using networking apps like Shaper, Bumble, there's a Meetup. There's tons of resources out there to really get you fired, supercharge and fire up your job search. But again, it comes down to how you do it. You can sit there and be using any networking app and just be sending random messages like, hey, let's meet. That's not going to be successful. You have to have a strategy for everything. If you are going to be networking, have a game plan on how to be successful in networking. Know what outcome and result you want to get. Marketing. You need to learn to market yourself. What's your position? Learn how to position yourself. You can only learn how to position yourself if you know what you want and what you're looking for and what you want to go for. So marketing is so crucial. You need to market yourself, okay? You need to build marketing campaigns around you. That goes back to personal branding, but you need to have a marketing plan. For example, so mine is HR Superhero is how people started to connect with me, resonate with me, but I have a marketing plan. For example, I say I can get you a job in 30 days, which I can. So I help career professionals land jobs in 30 days. That's my famous bootcamp program, and that's how I'll get people to buy in. And people reach out to me, well, I read this, help me. So have a clear message on who you are, what results you can get. I can get you in a job in 30 days. And that's how people connect with me. So marketing plan, build a marketing plan around you on what you can deliver and what you bring to the table. Now, lastly, you need to create, once you have marketing campaigns, marketing material built, designed, ready to go, start posting these things on social media, LinkedIn, build a marketing campaign around you and be aggressive, okay? Pandemic is one thing that you should learn is to how to be strategic. Don't just apply to jobs online. Online only makes up 20% of the job market. 80% of all available jobs in the hidden job market. Hidden means that they're not posted, they're not advertised, but these jobs exist. Start creating awareness you exist. Interviews, start thinking about interviews. Don't wait until the interview is scheduled to start prepping for interviews. Start prepping for interviews today. Build, again, there's strategies behind this. You can create a pitch deck. I teach 2 different pitch decks in my bootcamp that you should be creating, and I teach you how to use these. Think outside the box, be creative, but in the end of the day, if you can solve someone's problems, they're willing to pay you to solve those problems and they will hire you. It all comes down to what you can do for them. Ask yourself what you can do for them. Who is them, first of all? Who is your target audience and what can you do for them? Okay, so that's my tips. It's 20 minutes, 12:20. So I've been live for 17, 18 minutes. I've given you guys enough tips. Now let's troubleshoot your problems. In the comment section, if you want me to coach you today, here's what I need from you. Introduce yourself. Okay, so that's one. Okay, make sure that this is all together. Don't introduce yourself in one aspect and then you ask me something. So introduce yourself, location you are from, what are you struggling with right this moment, but give me details. The more details you can give me, then I can tell you what to do. But if you're going to be vague, then I can't really help you. So if you want to be coached by me right now, live on here on LinkedIn and YouTube or Facebook, tell me, what are you struggling with? And tell me what you have been doing. Don't tell me, I'm applying to jobs and I'm not getting interviews. Tell me exactly what you're doing so I can troubleshoot. I can't troubleshoot anything for you if I don't have all the details, okay? So let's do this. Thank you. Calgary, tuning in from raining Vancouver. Raining. Well, it's snowing. Well, we had a snow day yesterday. If you lived in a GTA area, Toronto, Greater Toronto area, we had tons of snow yesterday. Thank you very much for creating this space to connect. Tuning in from Toronto, Caroline. Toronto, lost my job March 2020 due to the pandemic. Hi, everyone. Tuning in from Niagara Falls. Nice. Michael from Ottawa. I'm a project manager. Can I forward your contact to some friends in Toronto area to connect? Sure, go ahead. You don't need to ask permission from me to forward my contact details that can help somebody. You don't need anyone's permission. Go ahead and share. Sharing is caring. Michael, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Michael. Hi, everyone. I'm Anju from Toronto, working as HR analyst and looking for better opportunities. Justin. Hi, Justin. Okay, so if you have questions, please type them below and let me coach you today. I want to know what what to ask and talk to hiring managers after they call me for an interview. I mean, I want to know how to make best use of LinkedIn after I'm called for an interview. Ankara, you need to give me more details. I'm not following your question. I'm not sure what exactly are you asking. So you got to give more detail. Be more clear on what is that you're asking. Morning, I'm from Brampton. It's good afternoon, Sweta. It's 12. I've commented, but please, I need more information. Hi, Gurpreet. My name is Josie, and I'm in Toronto. I've been in recruitment role for the past 3 years. I'm struggling with getting notice called when I apply for jobs. I've been trying to connect with people on LinkedIn to gain insights on what I'm doing wrong. First of all, don't connect with people and then ask them what you're doing wrong. That will never yield any results for you. Now, if you don't know what you're doing wrong, with this information, I don't know what you're doing wrong. If you can tell me exactly what you're doing, then I can tell you, hey, you need to fix this. So when you are reaching out to people on LinkedIn, what's your message? To be successful, to get people to reply back to you, you have to have a strategy. And the message is so important. It's how you convey the message, right? How are you approaching these people? Now, if you are simply approaching people and sending your resume and saying you're looking for a job, you're not going to get anywhere with that. Like, people are not going to respond to that, okay? So first is have a game plan and have an action plan as to, well, I always say before you message someone, ask yourself, why should someone message you back? Why should they reply back to you? What's in it for them? You got to make it about the person, not about you. The reason people fail in messaging or reaching out to people is they're making it all about, you make it all about you. This isn't about you. If you want someone to, come on, guys, we're human beings, okay? The way human beings respond back is you got to make it about them. If you want to grab someone's attention, make it all about them. I guarantee you will get a reply back. If you make them the center focus and give them all your attention to them, make it all about them, you will get a response back. So it comes down to strategy, what strategy and method you are using. So need details. So if you guys want to be coached by me, I need you to tell me if you're struggling with something. Like if you are connecting to people and people are not replying back, copy and paste the exact message you are sending to people, then I can see exactly what it is that you're doing wrong. I'm struggling with getting interviews and also cracking interviews. I've been applying online as well as connecting on LinkedIn members for informational interviews. Informational interviews is the worst strategy. Informational interviews do not work. Definitely not working during this pandemic. You guys, here's what I mean. You got to pivot with the times. Everybody's doing, okay, so I get it. You've been told to ask for information in interviews. Why should someone spend 20, 30 minutes talking to you? Why should someone do that? Why? Do you have a podcast? Are there going to be a guest on your podcast that you're interviewing them? What are they getting out of you conducting information interview? Plus, you got to keep in mind, it's a pandemic. Mental health is increasing. People are depressed. People are going crazy. Why should someone now sit there and so that you can interview them? This is the worst strategy to use to connect with people is, hey, I want to get to know your career. I have questions for you. No one's going to respond. So Michael, curious to know, what's your results with these information interviews? How many people have actually replied back to you? And also, Michael, I know you messaged me. If you should join the bootcamp program for IT. IT bootcamp is starting Wednesday. It's with Dean and myself. It's a collaboration with Dean, who is an IT recruiter. So any IT individuals that are listening to this, if you're struggling, then reach out to me and join the program. Bootcamp program starting. It's a 6 weeks program. It's starting this Wednesday. We have spots available for you. You don't have to struggle. So join the program. I tried to put the quantitative interpretation of my work, experience, and results and value I've added. Did try to tailor the resume as well, but I am still I'm not getting any calls for HR profiles. So Sweta, you are also somebody I've talked to offline on through messages. Again, if you are applying to jobs and you're not getting interviews, the problem is your resume. 100% the problem is your resume. How you wrote it, the messaging in your resume, your positioning. What's your positioning? I don't know. Quantifying your work experience and results and value I've added. I don't know exactly how you're writing this on your resume. And tailoring. Again, maybe you're not tailoring your resume properly. Also, Sweta, 20% available jobs are online. So you don't have a game plan. So this is why I'm going to be very frank. You know why all of you guys are struggling in your job search is because you are only applying to jobs online. And sadly, no matter how many times you guys join my segment, I'm going to tell you guys the same thing is 80% of available jobs are in the hidden job market. Hidden. Now, you can have more success tapping into the hidden job market to land a job within 6 weeks, 30 days than you will ever by applying to jobs online. If you want to continue struggling in your job search, then continue doing what you're doing, and that is apply to jobs online. If you want to wait 6 months to a year to land a job, then continue doing what you're doing. That is applying to jobs online. But if you want to land jobs fast, then you have to have a game plan. You have to have a strategy that does not involve 100% applying to jobs online. 80-20 rule. 80% of your job search strategy and your focus should be to tapping into the hidden job market. Only 20% of your time should be allocated to applying to jobs online. Now, Sweta, I've talked to you numerous times. I'm sorry that you continue to struggle, but there's solutions out there if you want to take them. You have to be, guys, you have to be willing to also take help. You can continue to struggle. You have a choice. And I get it, you know, financially might be constraints, but I understand that it's pandemic and then people are struggling financially. But I also and from my personal experience, you know, I struggle a lot as an entrepreneur as well. And then I also eventually ran out of all my savings. But I knew what I needed to do to get the desired outcome. I spent money to get the help I needed. I spend money on sales programs, on sales coach. I spend money on learning how to market and branding. I spent money to get the desired outcome I want because I was struggling. I put it on credit card. I borrowed money. I did what I need to do. What I'm seeing every day is people are struggling in their job search, but then they're not willing to spend money to get the help. And sadly, I understand. I've been there myself too. And when money's tight, but you have to look at it this way. Yes, if you can put it on a credit card if you have a credit card, borrow money. It's just a temporary short-term money borrowing you're doing, which eventually you're going to pay off within a month or 2 months because you'll be in a job, right? You can't continue to struggle this way month after month in your job search. Look how much money you are losing every single day by struggling. Look at how much it's costing you not to get the job. If you don't know what to do, then hire someone to help you get you the desired results, right? I have a sales coach that helps me get my desired sales goal results that I want. I'm spending a lot of money for the sales coach too. I spend money to make money. That's just the game. If you don't know what to do, then be willing to get the help. And if you're not willing to spend money to get the help, maybe you don't have money to spend. And I can understand that too. Then the thing is, you can come to these lives. Again, I'm here today to help as many people I can, but you have to give me information, as much information. But I'm going to be very honest. If you don't know how to do something, that's the most important thing is the how. You need to know how to execute. You need to know exactly how your message should be on LinkedIn when you're messaging people. The how part is where everybody struggles. People come and ask questions and someone will give you an answer. But if you don't know how to execute that to get the desired outcome, you will continue to struggle. Now, I also have a boot camp that is for non-IT as well. So there's 2 boot camps running right now to help people get into the dream jobs before Christmas, before this year ends. And that can be you. Choice is yours. You can continue struggling or you can get the desired outcome and be in the job. Okay, so let's keep going. Question is that recruiters approach me with the role asking if I'm interested in that role. Once I show interest, I don't hear back from them even after following up with them. What would you advise I should do in such a scenario? Well, if a recruiter is reaching out to you, ask if you're interested and you say yes, and then they ghost you and you've followed up with them, move on. Just simply move on. There's nothing you can do. You said you're interested, you followed up with them, and they're not responding. So I call it ghosting. They've ghosted you. Move on. There's nothing else you can do. Suppose I'm called for an interview by company XYZ. After being called, I searched for a hiring manager on LinkedIn who will interview next day. What should I talk or discuss with them? Well, you're not going to discuss anything with them before your interview because they're not going to discuss anything with you. You shouldn't reach out to the person that's interviewing you before your interview. Your interview is the discussion. When you get to the interview, that's when you can have discussions. That's when you can have conversations with them. But do not make that mistake of messaging them prior to your interview to have a conversation with them. They've already allocated their time. Be respectful for that time. You can message them if you want and say, hey, I'm interviewing with you tomorrow. I don't think you need to do that. You should study the LinkedIn profile inside out to get to know them as much as possible so that when you go to the interview, there's a common ground that you can connect with them. But do not, this is just my opinion. I wouldn't message the person that's interviewing me before the interview at all, especially if me and them are not connected. I will join. Good for you, Michael, for joining. Definitely benefits of joining Farhan, Project Manager BN. Sounds good. So, okay, guys, if you have questions now, all those people that need help in job search, I also have email coaching to kickstart your job search. So there's job search, 10-day job searching. It's like what, $20? You just have to spend $20 and you will get email coached by me every single day. You'll get an email telling you exactly what to do and how to do it. And it's $20. I also have video email coaching and that's 12 days and that's $30 or $40. If you sign up, you will get exactly every single day what to do, what and how to execute. I tell you exactly what to do. You can sign up for $20, $30. There's 2 different models. So I have a solution for everyone. If you are financially constrained, you can opt out for the smaller $20 solution. I hope you can afford $20. I hope you can even afford $40. The $20 or $40 is still getting coached. You're still gonna learn something compared to what you're doing now. So my website is store.hrsuperhero.ca. You can sign up for other resources that are available. If bootcamp is expensive for you, I have other solutions. I also have individual classes that are recorded. They're online. You can take these online classes from me. How to write a resume, how to tailor your resume, how to tap into the hidden job market. I have all this put together that you can take online. I also sell a job search bundle. It's $200 or $300 and has a complete solution from writing a resume, cover letter, hidden job market. There's like 7 classes in that bundle. Also, bootcamp. So if you can afford the money to be in the bootcamp, be in the bootcamp. That you will get results. You can't continually to do the same thing and expect a different result. You have to do things different to get different results. Okay. I migrated to Canada in 2018 and 2 years of CPG and 13 years of banking experience, which includes 5 years of leadership branch management. Okay. I worked with world-class banks before landing in Canada. I'm working in Canada for past 5 years in the Okay. Still not really clear. You're inspired. You want to go back to a leadership role. What should be the right strategy? So I can't give you a strategy. This requires more information. I'm going to need more information to help you through this. You should have a game plan. If you're working, like for example, if you're working, are you working and now you want to move up in the organization, or do you want to go, it doesn't have to be your organization, but maybe you want to go find a job opportunity, find a new opportunity that better matches what you're looking for. So there's game plan for everything, but I need more information on what is it exactly that you have right now and what you're looking for. What's exactly are you looking for? Also need to understand your background and experience. If anybody is looking to move up in their career, yes, you have to have a game plan. It all comes back to what I was saying earlier too. Marketing, positioning, how you need to know how to position yourself for the desired role you want. It can be internal, it can be external. So internal means if you're already working and you want to move up in the organization, you need to know how to constantly position yourself so that you get that desired promotion. If you are ready to find new opportunities, leave the organization, same thing. You need to know how to market and position yourself. The reason people are struggling in their careers or landing job is not knowing how to market and position yourself. You need to know how to position yourself. Now, Swapnil, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. If you want a leadership role, ask yourself, why are you the best candidate for that leadership role? How can you get companies results? What problems can you solve? Goes back to exactly what I was saying earlier. 3 years experience in marketing and sales and events. Okay, 3 different areas. I have completed PG in marketing from Toronto. I don't know what PG means. Now looking for a full-time job in my field, but not getting any reverts from companies for roles I believe I totally fit in. Okay, just because you believe you totally fit in doesn't mean the company believes you fit in. There might be other candidates that are better suited for the role, and that's why they're getting interviews. Now, just because you think you are perfect for the role doesn't mean the company feels the same way. Also, when you're applying to jobs online, you're not the only one. There's 500 plus applicants. You are in a competition for this. There's 500 people competing for the same role. Only 10 people will get the interview. Only 10 people are going to get an interview. Guys, do the math here, okay? 500 plus applicants are applying for the same job as you are. So every time you apply for a job, I want you to remember this, that you are not the only one applying for this job. There are going to be other people applying for this job. So how do you set yourself apart from all those other people? How do you stand out from the competition is what your strategy needs to be. Sadly, people are just blending in. People think there's a copy paste solution. People think there's a quick fix or there's a magic bullet. There's no magic bullet. There's definitely no copy paste. You have to be you. You are your own self, your authentic self, and you need to learn how to. And Branka, you said you have 3 years of marketing experience in sales. So how do you market yourself? Use your own knowledge, use your own experience to market yourself. Sales, you have 3 years of sales experience. How do you sell? How do you sell? Use same sales techniques on you now to help you get a job. Sales and marketing will go far for you if you can master these two things, because you need these two things in your career. You need to sell and you need to market yourself. It's the only way to grow in your career, and it's the only way to land high paying jobs, and it's the only way to actually land jobs is if you can market and sell yourself. So positioning becomes very important. The first thing I said when I started this session was, know what problems you solve. What pain points does company have that you can solve? You need to know their pain. You need to know how you can solve that pain and what the results are going to be when you solve it. Okay? Desired outcome and results that the company is looking for. Here's the pain, here's the solution, and here's the result you're going to get by solving this problem. So know the pain points, know the problem. When we are marketing products and services, that's exactly what companies do. They know the problem. This is the solution, their product or their services solution. This is what you're going to get. So if you take our product or sign up for our services, here's the outcome results you're going to get. So example, if you take my boot camp, here's the solution to your problem. You're struggling in your job search, you want to land a job. 6 months, 12 months, you've been struggling. Here's the solution, the boot camp, and here's what we're going to give you. All the solutions in the boot camp. Here's the outcome and result you're going to get. I can tell you, one, you'll be in a job in 30 days, or within 30 to 60 days, you'll land your job, not just any job, your dream job. You're going to land multiple job offers. Also, you're going to negotiate. We're going to teach you how to negotiate to get more money. So you're going to end up in your dream job, working for your dream employer with the dream manager and making money, making more money. And guess what? Be in a job in 30 days. So here's the outcomes and results. So I'm just using that. Here's your pain points. You're struggling in your jobs, so you're applying to jobs, you're not getting interviews, and so on. And here's the solution, and here's the outcome and results you're going to get. So you got to do the same thing with your job search. What problems do you solve? What solutions do you have to offer? And what outcome and result the company is going to get from the solutions that you provide. So you are a solution provider. Those that want to join the bootcamp, feel free to sign up. I'm going to throw it in the chat. You're looking for our website. Here's the website, my company website. You can get more resources on our website. Let me throw it in the banner. Okay, so I put the website in the scrolling banner so you can now see it. Okay, so any more questions? I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to stick around for 5 minutes. Let me see if there's any more questions being asked. If there's no more questions, then I will conclude today's session. If you guys need further assistance, feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me directly. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to reach out to me. You can directly connect with me on LinkedIn. I do respond faster on LinkedIn. If you have found this segment very, very useful and helpful, please show some love. Show some love. Don't forget to show some love. Okay, so no more questions. I'm going to conclude the session today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this helped you guys in any way. If you need further assistance from me, feel free to message me, and I'm more than happy to help wherever I can, and I will also point you to proper resources on our website to help you further. So reach out and stay safe. Stay safe in this pandemic. I know if you're in Toronto, if you're in a city that's been locked down, let's all work together to make this pandemic situation as bright as we can. And I also want to help as many people as I can to help you guys land your dream jobs. Reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to me for anything you may need. Happy to assist wherever I can. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.